What's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of the Trout Wrangler Podcast. I'm your host, Ryan Garrity. Right there, that is our vibe curator, Mr. Maverick. We got a really special guest today. These episodes don't come often. Vibe curator is clearly out. But I like these episodes because there's a lot that the guest and I can relate on. It's really cool because we kind of come from the same area, the same background. We both played lacrosse. Now we're both into fishing. He just does it on a way larger scale than I do. And I'm very excited for this episode. Super cool guy. He is a guide out of Boston Harbor. And I can't wait for this episode. This is going to be a pretty cool episode. He also does some things on the side of guiding stripers. But Mr. Joe Gugino, striper guide with Fish Boston. I think I got the Agave group too. Really looking forward to this episode. Before we get into it, want to thank the companies that helped me do this: Free Fly Apparel, Afuera Coffee, Bahio Sunglasses, Riversmith Outfitters, and Temple Fork Outfitters. And if you're looking to save 10% on your Riversmith orders, use code Wrangler10 at checkout, and you can save some money on your next order. But until then, here is our interview with Mr. Joe Gugino of Fish Boston. What's up, guys? Like I mentioned in the intro, we do have an interview today, and it is a guy from the great state of Massachusetts. We all love that place, especially on this podcast. So I'll kick it over to you to let you introduce yourself a little bit, Joe.
Awesome. Thanks so much for having me, Ryan. Appreciate you. My name is Joe Gugino, calling today from Winthrop, Massachusetts on Boston Harbor. I'm originally from Connecticut, though. That's where I grew up. Went to school north of Boston in Beverly, Mass. at Endicott College. Played lacrosse there and then found my way into the fishing world. So glad to be here today.
Heck yeah, dude. Go Gulls.
Go Gulls, exactly.
Where and when did your fishing journey start?
Yeah, it's a great question. So got into fishing through my mom. I'm the oldest of three brothers. So she brought us fishing, whether we were in home in Connecticut or up in Buffalo with my grandparents, fishing in Lake Erie in freshwater. She'd bring us all the time down fishing, untangle our lines all the time. And that's where we met one of our good friends, our fourth brother. We call him Brian Malkoff. His mom brought him down to fish. So shout out to Miss Malkoff and Brian and my younger brothers, Chris and Tony, and my mom. And it was great. Loved freshwater fishing growing up, and then found saltwater when I got up here to Mass.
I got you. So I know you do a little bit of fly fishing. And
Yeah.
What ended up transitioning you into that fly fishing world?
Yeah, it's a great question. I mean, always knew fly fishing was pretty cool. Growing up was into sports, so football and lacrosse growing up. So that was definitely my focus with fish in the summer. Loved fishing always, but always like looking at fly fishing kind of like aspirational, kind of cool, like maybe too cool for me. But as I mentioned, my buddy Brian, he guided up in Alaska. And he's always like, you guys got to fly fish. You got to fly fish. You got to fly fish. So eventually listened to Brian, as you always should. He's a great dude, and fell in love with it. So, do fly and spin a lot. I wouldn't say I'm a fly fish elitist. I love to catch fish, but if you can always get them on fly, that's definitely preferred.
Oh yeah, like that's kind of how I am too. It's like, especially for those stripers, dude. Especially in
Yes.
the harbor. It's like,
Yeah.
sometimes they just don't like that shit.
Yeah.
And it's like, you got to throw a big top water plug at them.
Yeah, I mean, you know what you get into. Sometimes people want to come out and they want to definitely just get one on fly. So if that's what we're going to do, you're signing up for a challenge. I mean, the season's been hard in general, especially in fly. But I do like to say, like, hey, let's bring the fly rods with us. If it's good enough, we'll throw the fly, but let's get one on, top water lure or live bait first.
Exactly. And I think that's something everybody should do, like, especially up there, is go and catch a striper. It's like, you see the videos all the time, like guys out at the Cape and stuff like that, and they got those giant wolf packs of striper. Yeah. And it's like, everybody, like, what's cool about where you're at, everybody's always like, especially in Massachusetts, Connecticut, New Hampshire, they're like, got to go to the Cape. And it's like one of my grandmother's really good friends named Bonnie. They're always in the harbor fishing. And I'm like, you can catch striper in and outside of Boston Harbor.
Yeah,
And like
it's right here.
Yeah, it's like right there. Like my uncle Kevin always used to say it too. He's like, you can catch striper in Boston Harbor, like literally almost outside of the Charles River.
Yeah, they're right there. It's awesome.
Crazy.
You can catch them from shore in a boat, kayak. It's great. Yeah, that's been the beautiful thing running my, even though I'm based in Winthrop, my charter business called Fish Boston, right? It's all about fishing in Boston. Then, as you said, the Cape, that's a huge hub. Then you get, Duxbury, South Shore, and then North Shore, you have Beverly went to school, Marblehead, Manchester, that kind of crew. And then you get north to Gloucester. That fish, the fishing scene in Boston, it's there. It's like I've always been about community. That's kind of how I got into the fishing world. So my goal is to run charter through Fish Boston, but I also run events through Fish Boston and really show that. Like, hey, this is in your backyard. We work with great organizations like Elevate Youth that gets kids in the outdoors from the inner city. So it's like, people looking like, oh, there's the harbor. Not only can you go out and swim in it, it's clean now, but you can go out and catch a striper, which is pretty cool.
Clean now is the big.
It's clean now. It's clean now.
The big key there. But, dude, it's like funny you mentioned Marblehead. So I got a lot of family in Marblehead.
That's awesome.
And it's like they're members at the Boston and I forget the other one that they are.
There's like three, the Corinthian, Boston Yacht Club, and another one. Yeah,
that's the other one that my aunt, and it's like we've had some fun times out there in Marblehead where it's like, it's like you throw the rods in the boat and it's like, you're going to go catch some mackerel. And then it's like, oh shit, it's not popping off like it usually is when we end up at Browns Beach. And
yeah.
We've gotten a little trouble at Browns Beach before in Manchester.
Well, yeah, we have a couple yacht clubs here in Winthrop as well. Not nearly as fancy as the Marblehead ones, but they're still a lot of fun.
Dude, yeah, they are. But have you I think we already kind of hit on this.
Yeah.
You haven't always lived in Mass.
No, yeah, as mentioned, growing up, so went West Hartford, Connecticut is where I'm from. Went to Conner High School there. My three brothers grew up, as I mentioned, lacrosse, football, and fishing. That was kind of our things. Swimming as well. My brother Tony was a great swimmer too. But yeah, moved to Massachusetts fall of dating myself here, super old, fall of 05 for college. And so I've been here for 20 years and it's been great. And so since, Endicott was wonderful. 3 beaches on campus is what kind of brought me there. And since then I've never lived more than, half a mile from the ocean, always lived right on the ocean still, looking out my window right now in the harbor, which is great. So never left. I don't think I can leave the ocean now.
Dude, I don't blame you. Dude, like, especially that whole Winthrop area, that whole South Shore is awesome. It's North Shore, I think.
Winthrop's North Shore, but then the South Shore, the same thing. So yeah, Winthrop and Hull on either side of the harbor, they're great. I mean, I can run my boat to Hull in 10 minutes. If I want to drive there, it'd take like an hour and a half. So I prefer to go by water for sure.
Oh yeah. But what gave you the inspiration to start guiding and running striper charters?
Yeah, that's a great question. So I actually went to school to be a teacher. So I taught 4th grade for 6 years after graduating. I was a camp counselor at Camp Woodstock. Loved being a camp counselor. Loved working with kids. I'm a coach as well, and now dad of 2 as well. So I always love being around people, inspiring people, that kind of the next generation. I love connecting people as well. So it's kind of natural. And, I look up to many guides in the industry, got to know a lot of them in my, years working at Costa across the country, and looking up to them and wow, they put in, 10, 15, 20 years and dedicated their whole life to it. And it takes a lot, right? You got to not only find the fish, but you got to entertain, you got to do it all. And it's a lot of pressure, right? So definitely felt that more this year than ever. This is my first full year doing charters. But I got into it doing kayak fishing charters actually up in Marblehead at Little Harbor Boathouse, right by Browns Island.
No way.
So got to kind of So had the opportunity to be on the Hobie fishing team, doing that for a couple years, fishing a couple tournaments out of Salem Harbor, the old striper shootout. So I actually got my first boat in 2020. So I've been bringing people fishing 21, 22, 23, 24, but this is my first full year launching. And it kind of coincided with me leaving the corporate world. So I worked at Costa Sunglass for a long time, and finally we'll talk about it a little bit in the podcast, but left in December, started my own gig, my day job in marketing, which we'll talk about, but at the same time was able to do the striper charters. And technically it was supposed to be a side job, but I probably ran over 50 striper charters this year. So it was a lot.
Good. Hell yeah.
It was good.
if you've spent a little time in Marblehead, Mino's roast beef, where do you rank it on the? Where do you?
I'm not a good North Shore roast beef. My buddy Al, he does like all these ratings of all the beefs, and I am not a huge beef connoisseur,
Oh
unfortunately.
man.
So I'm going to let you listeners know. I don't want to fake it and pretend I know it one way or the other. But I will say at Endicott we go to Bill and Bob's a lot, right in the water there in Salem Harbor. So
Oh
Bill
yeah.
and Bob's does it for me.
Yeah, dude. It's like it's nuts. It's like my mom has talked about it before. She's like, I wish I could be like Dave Portnoy and just drive around Massachusetts and rank roast beefs.
Not a bad way to do it. Let's go.
Nah, dude, I
I'll
would.
follow that show.
But
That's awesome.
just like, how many fly charters do you think you do a year? Because like I know, especially up there, there's probably not like a bunch of people that are like, I want to go and catch a striper on like a big fly reel.
Yeah, there's like I would say I was surprised. I haven't lucky enough to not have to. I really haven't advertised my charters. A lot of friends or friends of friends, people fishing like, oh, you actually guide now, so it's kind of just been word of mouth. But I probably did 40% to 50% fly charters, or at least people that are fly interested, which is kind of cool. So
Yeah.
good to see that community that I've attracted, and people that kind of want to get into it. I'm not advertising my charter like I'm 99% catch and release. I'll only keep a fish, if it actually dies, and that happens. The slot's not so good right now, anyways, and this population isn't doing good. But
Yeah.
kind of those people that get what they're coming into. They're not like, oh, I'm going to catch 40 fish every charter. It's what we want to, but sometimes it's a grind, and this season's definitely been a grind, and we need to, protect this fishery. It's definitely going down and overfished, and overfishing is occurring.
I was just about to ask you that. I know it's like kind of off the record, but it's like I've kind of heard that striper, that New England striper population is kind of like up and down.
Yeah, I mean, it technically shouldn't be up and down. Hopefully, if we manage it correctly, we had a moratorium, years ago, and it looks like, unfortunately, we're probably getting to that way. And not off the record, completely on the record, we need to protect this fish. I mean, we want everyone to get it. If they have a healthy population, you can have a commercial fishing, recreational fishing. Obviously, recreational anglers, there is some bycatch, but if we don't protect this stock, we're going to be going down that road of a moratorium where you can't keep them. And there's words being thrown around like no target closures right now, like you can't even fish for them, which is really unfortunate and unenforceable. Like we need to be in this together. That's managed by the ASFMC, which is Maine all the way down to North Carolina, and a lot of different interests, both commercial rec and different things of we need this or we need to, get to a certain percentage and rebuild the stock. And right now, if we don't rebuild the stock, we're going to be heading down a bad spot, and we're just not getting the recruitment we need to. And so not only not getting new young fish, we're killing the bigger ones. So
Yeah.
right now it's like, if you don't lean in now, like where are we going to be? It's going to put a lot of charters and a lot of fishing businesses out of business.
Exactly, and that's exactly where it shouldn't have to get to that point, especially in New England, which it's like such a renowned, striper fishery, where
Yeah.
people that's like the king, where people go down there like we want to catch a striper, you go Maine to Matt or down to Rhode Island, I should say, and it's
Yeah.
like it shouldn't be like that, and you think it's just too many people keeping them and eating them.
Yeah, I mean, we only have a certain number. So we have the
Yeah.
commercial fishery, which, I mean, every single one of those is killed, right? And there definitely is a bycatch for recreational. And then it's just like a lot of misinformation out there. Like, I had the best fishing ever. I caught the most big fish, but the hyper-local population doesn't mean a coast-wide population that's
Right.
healthy. And I haven't seen it this fall. I mean, normally in the fall run, I saw it when I was at Endicott years ago, and seen the last couple of years, you're getting blitzing fish every day, right? And you look out like, I can't wait to go. And talking with a lot of charter captains, many people, not only there's this worst season guiding ever, but this fall was absolutely dismal, which isn't fun. I mean, not a great year to start my first year in charter business here, but
Yeah.
hopefully we make it through the other side.
Yeah, you guys have like a big symposium coming up, like a striper symposium.
Yeah, we do the Striper Symposium every other year. I think ASGA runs it, so they did it last year. I'm not sure if they're going to do it again this year, but ASGA, American Saltwater Guide Association, is definitely the organization that I lean on a lot for their messaging and their tireless efforts, and highly encourage anyone, if you care about stripers or, to be honest, inshore fisheries down the East Coast into the Gulf. They have the Albee project they've done, the Jack project. They do a lot for fisheries. They're even working with redfish, where you are in North Carolina and South Carolina. So luckily they're fighting in because they care about stripers and love stripers, and they care about all our inshore fisheries. So definitely leaning on ASGA team.
Dude, that's got to get back, dude. Because like that's all. That's probably like, especially up in Maine, dude. Like that's a big, like, even like, what's the word I'm looking for? A big tourism thing up there.
Yeah, 100%.
Like big time. And
Well, and as you mentioned, Maine, it's the same in Boston. I mean, like if you go to the Cape, you can get albies and bonito in the fall. You get sea bass, you get fluke, you get a lot of bluefish. We don't get much bluefish. I can't fish for stripers here in Boston. I'm not really much, not running charters for much else. It's like, luckily I like kids and I can do some lobster charters, some critter charters and try to pivot and do that. But if you want to come to Boston, it's said tourism. Like my house here in Winthrop is right across from the airport. I tell everybody when you come in, I can pick you up at the airport. We can go fish, drop you off at your hotel. It's kind of cool.
Yeah.
But if that's not there, it's not bringing people here. I mean, everyone loves lobster rolls, but fishermen love to catch fish. So.
Exactly, dude. It's like what you're saying about like dropping off. I saw you do that with Cliff, and I saw one where you're like dropping people off at Encore and stuff like that. I was like, that's
exactly.
That's pretty sweet. Yeah. I was like, that's a good day.
Yeah, it is a great day. Yeah, go to the casino, win some stuff, go catch some fish, come back or land. Yeah, it was great. We took Cliff out at night. We tried to catch some stripers at the night. Wasn't that good. We went out in the morning. Not a morning I would normally run. We had like 4 to 5 foot seas, but I was able to tuck in a couple islands and we got one and then put him on his charter or on his flight to go home.
I didn't even know that you could drop people off by like I knew they had a ferry, but like
yeah, they have the ferry and the taxis that go over there. I keep waiting to like get yelled at for dropping people off, but it's just touch and go. So I'll beg for forgiveness rather than ask for permission.
Yeah, it's better to ask for forgiveness than permission.
Exactly,
dude. That kind of reminds me of a story. Over there, we were out on the boat one day. We came out of the Boston in Marblehead, and we were going to run down to Charles. And you remember when they had that huge? They had like a big Navy ship out there.
Yeah, the USS Constitution's there.
Yeah, they had the big Navy ship over there by the airport, and we were kind of like watching planes land. My uncle Chuck was on a call under in the cabin.
Yeah.
And we're sitting there and kind of like drifting. Me and my Uncle Charlie are watching planes land and stuff. We're having a good time. And we hear come over the speaker system of the Constitution. They're like, please move away or else. And they were all there. I swear, they had to have been every person on that damn ship had guns pointed at our boat, and my Uncle Charlie was like, oh shit, we're way too close. I didn't even notice that. And we put it in gear so quick. And my Uncle Chuck gets off his call, and he's like, what was all the commotion up here? Like, you want to send me to the fucking floor.
And he had no idea what was going on.
He had no clue what was going on. Me and my Uncle Charlie had to tell her, like, we had to get away from the Constitution. They had like a bunch of people up there with guns pointed at us.
Yeah, they don't mess around. Whether there's Navy ships coming in, this summer we had all the police escorts saying like 200, 300 feet away. It was wild. It's pretty cool though. That's what makes the harbors fun. You never know what you're going to see. People going in and out. There's always something going on.
Oh yeah, and then they got like the big tall ships thing that goes through there. Which is pretty cool because they always have the big flyover. I used to be obsessed with that when I was a kid. Me and my dad used to have to go to that every year just because I like the flyover and old Ironsides for some reason.
Yeah,
but it was so cool. Like, dude, Boston's just such a cool city. Like, I tell my girlfriend all the time, like she was born and raised down here.
You gotta bring her up. Come catch some fish.
We were up there in the winter. Like we hit a beach and did all that. And my girlfriend rained the whole time. And it's like, if you're not used to that cold, like northeast rain, my girlfriend was like, dude, this is insane.
I gotta get back down. Yeah. I do not like the winters. This is my least favorite time of year.
Yeah. But she was like, my favorite part was like the bees game. Cause it's hard not to love a bees game. And,
yeah. I gotta love the bees.
Oh yeah. But, like my mom keeps saying to her, she's like, we got to go down in the summer. We got to go up in the summer, like
100%.
And
there's nothing better than summer in New England.
Your mind will be changed about New England if we go up in the summer.
Yeah, she'll love it now. Then she'll only want to visit in the summer, which is the best time to be here.
But what's your average run time to like find fish or bait?
Yeah, it's a great question. I mean, that's been the beauty, again, as I mentioned, running my marketing business full time. My striper charter has been like selling a pre-mission, pre-work bagels and bass, pre-work quick 3-hour trip. So in the summer when it gets super light, gets light up here 4:30, 4:45, I'm running 5 to 8 charters, 5 a.m. to 8 a.m. I can pick up downtown Boston, back, at my desk by 9 a.m. That's my goal. So I will run 3 to 4 hour charters sometimes. On the weekends I'll run longer, up to 6. But most of the time, especially a 3-hour charter, we're right in the harbor. We're on fish sometimes in less than a minute. Like I'll pick them downtown Boston, you got fish right there. Leaving Winthrop, you got fish right there. There are times when, this summer, again, the bite's been tough. I had to run super far south to the South Shore, all the way back to my old stomping grounds up in Salem Harbor, which is a big run, a good
Oh yeah.
10 miles, 20 miles. So that's more when you have a big offshore bite. But typically I'd say, 3 to 4 hour charters, you're either on the fly, we're just right in the rocks right away, or chasing blitzes. Sometimes, getting mackerel, it can be really easy. You can go out there and get, 20, 30 baits in a second, or you can, work for an hour and get 5. So that's never fun to waste a whole trip and only get a couple baits. But yeah, that's my specialty, get out there quick, come back in, have a blast.
Dude, that's awesome. 3 to 4 hour trips. Bagels and fish. That's the
bagels and bass.
Yeah,
bagels
and bass, dude. That's sick. I thought it was bagels and bass, dude, but that is a great idea. That is a great.
It works out good.
That's an awesome name. But
yeah, it's fun.
Like, it was really cool to see you on that dude, like, even now, like, I know it released last week, like the Fly Lords thing, and then you're on with Colby Acuff and all that. Dude,
yeah,
like, that was super cool to see, like, you on there and putting Boston kind of on the map as like one of those come here and striper fish in the harbor too. How does that kind of like, drive you a little bit? Does that drive you a little bit of business, or does it like something like that?
Yeah, it's a good question. I mean, it definitely, I think there's no doubt about it, drives business and awareness. I think for me, I'm all about connections, and I'll get to the mention of my marketing company in a second. You'll see the connection piece there, but especially around my charters too. Fly Lords, founded by my buddy Jared, and Jared and I started our companies at the same time. So before I got into the fishing world, I mentioned I was a teacher. So I went to school. I taught 4th grade up in Manchester by the Sea. And then while I was teaching, I started my own business with my good buddy and co-founder, Matt Zimmerman, who was also a gull. He played hockey in Endicott. I played lacrosse. But we had this company, Why Not Fishing, that was all about community. In 2014, I think Jared started Fly Lords around the same time. So it was kind of cool. Ran that for a couple years. Jumped on with Costa and full-time in 2019. And so I got to work with Jared and the Fly Lords connection, with Costa and Fly Lords being a big sponsor, and always got to sponsor their fly shop tours. So got to be on it when they come. The Southeast tour the year before, and then last year, the Northeast tour was like, hey, if you're ever in the harbor, would love to bring you fishing. And that time wasn't running charters last year, but got to bring them out, and it timing-wise worked to launch this year. So it's just really cool to see that connection, see that awareness. I got to meet great people on that trip, like Nelson and my buddy Junior, who does video. So like, what I love about the fishing world is just how tight knit it is, and you see people all over the place, and you get to see what there is, and join their fisheries. And that's what I love about fishing here in Boston, showing my backyard, but then you never know where we're going to go see where they fish in their backyard.
Right, dude. And it was kind of like cool. I think it was it Joe Burney got on the boat in the Sox jersey?
Yeah. I forget if Nelson or Joseph did, but yeah, Joseph, he just texted me the other day and said he's going to come on your podcast too, which is sick. I love Joseph.
Yeah, dude, he seems
fellow
cool.
Joe in the industry.
Oh yeah,
he's awesome.
That was cool, like how they ended it, and they're at Fenway and stuff like that. I was like, dude, I love to see that. And,
it was cool. Joseph and the team and Nelson, all them, and Wills did a great job with the fly shop tour.
Yeah, they definitely did. Because it was like really cool. They hit some like really cool shops up there too that have been there for years, like Bear's Den and all them.
Yeah, I love Bear's Den. That's my favorite part about the fly shop tours. They bring it back to the community. They talk about the fly shops. They talk about they're always running raffles for conservation, which is great. And then it was also a totally different spin being able to take Colby fishing. Right, Colby's a country musician, country music star. He's great. He was a guide himself though, so he's from Idaho. He reached out to me. Actually, we connected through the Fly Lords team. July of last year, and was like, hey, if you're ever here, let's fish. And then he was going to launch this fishing show called Fin and Feather this year. And so he hired our team to help launch his fishing show, which is a great opportunity to bring on some great partners. And he was like, can I come film an episode with you? So him and his buddy Ben, who's his videographer, content guy on tour in the film, they came, and we fished for 3 hard days around the 4th of July. It was awesome. And Colby's a stick. He took a ton of casts. We tried, a bunch of new spots, chased some blitzes, lost some fish, found some fish, but you've seen the episode. We got a couple big ones. It was it was a bummer when we took Nelson and team again last year as a fall run. We had only one afternoon and we missed one. So it was like, it's always that pressure to put people on fish. And so it was like, oh shit, if Colby's coming to town, we better put him on some. And we worked our ass off for it, and we got it done.
Dude, the one he caught was a fucking stud.
Yeah, it was real. It was literally the last fish of the 3 days. We're like, let's keep working. We lost one, like went in the rocks. To see in the video when it landed, had like all this seaweed on there. The biggest bass they're smart as hell, right? They'll take you to the seaweed and try to rub off that hook. They know something's on their face. So you'll see that in there. He lost one, and then we landed that one that tried to get him off. It was great.
And then did he play MGM Fenway that night?
He didn't play Fenway when he was up here this time. He didn't show up in New Hampshire,
Okay.
And then he was just back up in Connecticut like a week ago, playing opening for John Party. He also just launched his next album or his last album last Friday, so it was pretty cool to see that.
Dude, that's a great album too.
Yeah,
Big
I love
plug
it.
for Colby.
Yeah, big Colby shout outs. He's a great dude, good fisherman, great singer, obviously.
But what was I just gonna ask? Dude, yeah, I'm going to see him when he opens up for John Party. I think here in a couple weeks.
Awesome. Let me know. I'll see if I can make the connect and see him. He's always good about that.
Sounds
so
good, dude. I'll definitely let you know.
Who are you going with?
I'll shoot you a text after this.
Yeah, please do. Please do. I got you.
But just like, have you had the opportunity to take any like other than Colby? Like, have you like any cool clients like athletes?
Yeah, for sure.
Like,
yeah. So I mean, like for me, again, it's all about connection, being able to take people out there. So like for me, everyone's a cool client because I don't know where they're coming from and what their story is, and it's always cool to be like, oh, I found you through this. Actually, the guy I fished, Andrew, on Saturday went to college with Jared. So it's like always like one or two random connections to see. And I just love it, right? You never know what the story's going to be or where you're going to see them. But for me, like one of my goals being here in Fish Boston is I want to take at least one athlete from every major sports team out. So got connected to David Andrews, used to play for the Patriots. Awesome dude, awesome angler. Had a great career with the Pats, so I got to fish him. Through my buddy Cody, went to school with Jeremy Swayman up at UMaine, and so fished Jeremy a couple times. He's awesome. And Maddie Falconer works for the Bees too. Played lax, obviously. So my buddy Eric, who's the coach at Endicott, got to take him fishing. Coach Quirk fishing. Got to take my neighbor Shao Ryu, played for the Revolution, so that's cool.
Sweet.
But so now I got to keep going down the list. Red Sox, Celtics are next, and then my daughter plays hockey, so I'd love to take somebody from the Boston Fleet, the women's professional hockey team.
That's pretty cool how they did that. How they have a women's hockey team down there.
Yeah, it's awesome. My daughter played goalie for the first time this past weekend. She was trying to just be like Sway, so it's good to have people like that to look up to.
Dude, yeah, Sway's the man.
Sway's a great dude. He's a great angler, great goalie, great person, and we didn't fish as much this summer because he was too busy getting engaged. But maybe next summer his fiance will let him fish.
Yeah, dude, maybe. Yeah.
But I'm a huge Bills fan too, so that's my goal. I would love to take somebody from the Bills fishing. So obviously being Fish Boston, got to defer to the Red Sox or local teams, but I'm a Bills fan at heart. My grandpa and grandparents were season ticket holders since day one. 1960 was the last year of the stadium. So huge Josh Allen fan. Even though we lost to the Pats on Sunday night, that was a little tough.
Didn't want to address the elephant in the room there.
Yeah.
You brought it up yourself.
I know. We'll get a shout out this time. But other than athletes, I always tell everybody, like, I would love to take like Will Ferrell and Marky Mark fishing. That's on my bucket list to take both of them. Like, and the other guys, hilarious. Or Kevin Hart and The Rock. Those are like my two groups of people I would love to take at the same time, because I can just imagine like them back and forth is just so funny. Yeah,
dude. I feel like Damon and Affleck would be another good one.
Actually, that's a really good point. That might, that's especially Fish Boston. So I'm adding that as my list. So those are my top three. We'll see if we can get them here if they film a movie or something.
Dude, the Bruins open their season tonight, don't they?
I think it's tomorrow night. This week, I think.
I know it's either tonight or tomorrow night.
It's coming up. I think it's tomorrow night against the Capitals.
Yeah. Oh, it's in Washington too. I keep forgetting that. Because they had their last practice.
Their last exhibition,
today.
And,
hopefully, dude.
Yeah, we need a good
they
season
have
out
a
of
decent team, dude.
I hope so. We'll be cheering them on.
I will, dude. Either way, it's like that's my
Red Sox
thing.
had their demise to the Yankees, which was a bummer.
Sadly,
sad.
A dude who went to my college actually was the one that no-hit them in Toronto the other night for like 8 innings.
That was sick.
Yeah, dude. So I was like, sweet. I was like, he no-hits me. Yeah, I was like,
at least my buddy. Well, that Yankee pitcher was from the South Shore.
Yeah.
Schlittler. His name, but Schlittler.
Yeah,
I love watching him.
It's Schlittler. Damn it.
He's giving everybody shit on Twitter. It's kind of funny
dude,
to watch him talk shit. Funny. I mean, hey, he backed it up. Eight scoreless innings. I mean, what a G.
Dude, he shoved that game, but it was kind of funny. It's kind of funny. Like I saw one. He was like, "How's that dirty water taste?" I was like, oh. And then he had another one. He's like, mind your business and gear up for the Bees season. I was like, dude, this man's cold. So funny.
Yeah, he was like, don't you guys have basketball or some hockey to cheer for? It's like, yep, I will gladly cheer that.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, I'll definitely do that. But what you're saying about the Bills were like your parents. My dad's the same way. His mom had season tickets like when they sucked.
To the Bills?
No, to the Pats.
To the Pats.
But
it's all about the family, right? Yeah, you gotta cheer up. So I grew up with heartache. So now it's like the Pats need to give us our time. They had 20 years of doing good, but
Yeah,
May and
they
Vrabel
did.
are G's, so we'll see.
Yeah,
Always love cheering for the Bills.
dude, so it's crazy. Like my dad's like, dude, we sucked for years, and he's like, you guys had the greatest childhood, like the Brady
They
era,
100% did.
and the Red Sox sucked. Like,
Everybody was good. How many championships you have?
yeah,
Bruins, Celtics, everybody won.
and it
Bruins,
was
Celtics, Red
great.
Sox, Pats. It's unbelievable.
And then it's like, man, I'm like muddling through it now. I'm like, shit, man. I was
Yeah,
like, I wish I was 7
I,
years old again, where
I know.
they were winning every year. It's like, damn.
Yeah, I remember when I was teaching, it was so funny. The Bills were obviously not very good, and all the kids used to come in with all their Pats stuff and be like, go Pats, go Pats. And hopefully now they're looking back and saying, all right, I can see Mr. Gugino can cheer for the Bills.
Yeah. But dude, so like, when do you pull your boat out for the summer? Like, it's on. Is it
Yeah,
almost that
you have to bring that up, huh, man? Sad time. But
Yeah.
no, I see the Stripers are here, beginning of May through beginning of October. So right now, mid-October, beginning of October, we're almost done. I keep it in for another month or so, basically the second or third week of November.
Okay.
I'll bring it back up, but I hate to, I drive by my boat. I can see it, from my window, basically like a 2-minute walk. So every time I drive by and I don't see my boat, it's sad.
Yeah.
And go through December to April, I don't get to see it there. So I try to keep it in. I'd rather be driving it to the yard in the snow than if I took it out this past week. It was 80 degrees the last 3 days. So
Yeah.
it was able to get on the boat, get fishing, which was great. But yeah, so now the boat will come out of the water. And I don't have a trailer, so I just run it up. I have a good buddy up in Gloucester, Cape Ann Marina, so I run it up there. And we'll leave it up there the whole winter.
I got you. So
Sad
like,
time.
with the that's like all my cousins. He has a boat. He has a regulator out at the
Sick, bro.
Corinthian.
Yeah.
And he's like, dude, it's my least favorite time of the year. He's like, got to take the boat out. He's like, I hate it.
Yeah. Well, luckily, we'll transition next. Like what I do the rest of the year is like I do for work, get to travel back and forth to Florida, get them out. So when I was at Costa, I was our conservation community partnership manager. So manage all those relationships across the country, technically globally as well, which was great. So I had the excuse, as I mentioned, to meet a lot of great guides, meet like organizations, fish all over the place. So in the winter, I travel like once a month, sometimes twice a month to Florida, which is what I look forward to. But yeah, when I left Costa at the end of the year, I started my own business called Agave Co. With two great friends in the industry, my friend Matt, my friend Hannah, and so that's my day to day. So even in the summer when I'm guiding, my day to day is running Agave Co. and doing our community marketing, which has been a blast.
Oh, cool. Yeah, I was just gonna ask you. So, like, what do you do in the winter to kind of like keep your bills paid and all that stuff?
Yeah, that's Agave Co. Yeah, that's been the full time. It was hard, I worked as I mentioned, it's been a kind of crazy path. Went to school to be a teacher, started my own business, tried to find that, was back at Endicott in missions and coaching, and then with Costa and kind of got back to my entrepreneur roots and got to start a new business. It's hard though, right? Family, got to jump out, 2 kids and support them. So wasn't sure how I was going to make the jump, but luckily had the support of Matt and Hannah to jump and figure this out. We both have, or all 3 of us have great backgrounds individually. Matt started O-Search. Have you heard of O-Search?
Yeah.
Great White Shark Tagging. So Matt started O-Shirt. He was one of the co-founders of Chris Fisher, and Indy Fly was executive director for 10 years. So he was looking for something. And has a great background in PR, worked at Costa for a decade or so, worked in NASCAR world with the Petty family. So both of them have awesome pedigrees, unbelievable experience, great connections, and great work ethic. And they were able to support me in our business to jump at the beginning of the year. So that's been the full-time hustle is Agave Co. It's been great.
That's awesome, dude. So like, can you tell me like, you already, what do you do with that company?
Yeah, it's a great question. Yeah, so what we do is we're a connected community marketing firm. So what does that mean? We work grassroots efforts. So that's kind of where the Agave and the Co stands from. Agave is obviously like tequila. I'm sure you like tequila. The Agave plant has, to get to it, they have somebody called a humidor that uses a tool called a koa to get to the heart. It's called the pina. And so our brand is, we roll up our sleeves, that skill over many years, grassroots effort, getting out there to take the heart of your brand, that pina, and connect it to the heart of your community. So that's the Agave side.
Oh, sweet.
And then the Co, as I mentioned, I'll get back to that. The Co is the connection. Stands for conservation, community, connection, collaboration, and commitment to get the job done. So that's Agave Co.
Sweet. I didn't.
And it's kind of nebulous. Go ahead.
I thought it was like Agave Company. I was sitting there.
It is, yeah. So it's the technical word. The Agave Co is one word, Agave Company, but it's Agave Co. It kind of makes you think. It's as I mentioned, a little bit nebulous. So what do you guys do? How do you guys do it? And that's the purpose. Is like we're all about heart, right? We're all about work, doing good work with good people, and looking back at the corporate world, the way it was set up, leadership challenges, things like that were out there. It was just like, that wasn't what I like. Why should I feel bad about doing good work? Like, that's not what this, life's too short. And we truly love doing this work. And so we're like, let's do this good work for good people who care. So we only work with brands that care about conservation and community. And they've just found us, and we purposely don't advertise. It's all comes from word of mouth, all comes from relationships and finding people like they know who we are and what we're all about. And if that's what you're about, we want to work with you and support what you're doing. So it's been a really good run.
I see the free fly stuff. It's free. So you work with free fly a pretty good amount?
Yeah. So love jumping on this podcast, seeing the free fly banner across the screen.
Yeah, dude.
But yeah, the free fly team is awesome. We just started working with them this summer, and they're a great team, great product. They're going places. They support the right people. They support the right partners, and we've been proud to jump on board with them to help them with some of their community marketing.
Yeah, dude. I know Caleb and Michael from them.
Yeah,
dude.
Caleb and Michael are awesome.
Michael's the man. Super nice.
Yeah, he's a great kid. They're all great guys and girls, I should say. We love working with their whole team. We got to go to New York City with the Free Fly team, the Billy and Oyster Party, and like introduce the Free Fly brand to everybody there. And it was just so cool to see some people like either saw the ad and never saw it in person. We got to help launch their oyster flannel, and like this product's awesome, or their bamboo shirt like I'm wearing. We did this cool custom collab with Captains for Clean Water and Dostonian Outdoors for their rendezvous. So again, it's great to be finding people that appreciate this great work and that want to do good work in the community and find good stuff. So we've loved it.
Oh yeah, dude. I'll tell you what, I live in those breeze pants, dude. I love
There's nothing better than the breeze pants.
Dude,
yeah, breeze pants are the best.
Dude, like my brother and I have been wearing it. Like my mom used to buy it for us all the time, and she bought me one for like Christmas. I think it was actually a shirt, and I was like, I love that. This stuff's comfortable. And my brother's like, dude, he's like, I kind of want one of these. I was like, all right. And so like my mom started buying him stuff, and then he started stealing my Free Fly polos out of my closet. And I'm like, dude, you got to give me some of those back. Come on.
Yeah, right. I need those. Buy your own.
And then I wore a pair of breeze pants to like the bar the other day. We all met as like a family to watch some football. My brother's like, dude, are those Free Fly pants? I was like, yeah, they are. And I was like, and they're staying in my closet.
Like, you're not taking these. These are mine, man. Go get your own. I love that.
I was like, I'll get you some for Christmas.
That's so funny. Yeah, good stuff. I love that. Great Christmas gift.
It is, dude. All that stuff's awesome Christmas stuff, too. That new, dude, like, I haven't felt the new flannel yet. Dude, like, it is comfortable as everybody says.
We'll get you one to try. They're awesome. They're super, super soft.
Heck yeah, dude. But, that's all I got for you for, like, the hard-hitting questions right now. But
that's awesome, dude. I appreciate you.
This next one is one that, like, keeps people up at night.
All right, let's hear it.
Oh, my God. So, it's like, I have a playlist on Spotify.
Yeah. All right.
And I do 5 songs, and then the guest does 5 songs for the playlist. Okay. So your 5 songs, what are your go-to 5 songs for either fishing or just like hanging out in general?
So I'll start with we talked about Colby, so I'll start with Colby. He has a ton of good songs. He does. I like why can't I think of it right now? Because I put my daughter's. So my daughter likes A Boy and a Bird Dog. Yeah. Colby Acuff. So we'll put that one on there. Why can't I find it right now with Colby? Another one. I'm gonna give you more than 5. Dying Breed is another one I love.
That's
Colby's.
A great song.
So those are like my top 2. And then I'll say another one. Just talking about my daughter. She was just listening on the car this morning, which I love. A Little Party Never Killed Nobody. The Great Gatsby soundtrack. Fergie. So a little Fergie shout out. It's not Fergalicious, which is also a top 1.
That is a great Fergie.
I remember flashback to Endicott College lax listening to that in the locker room. So that's kind of funny. Love the Spins by Mac Miller. I don't know if that's on your list already. There you go.
I may have put that one in there. No, I actually
see if you have it. All right. Well, we'll take a shot there. Well, I'm adding more than 5, so if it's already on there, it's good. But that's a great one. Love that one. Me Gustas 2 by Manu Chao.
What was that one?
Me Gustas 2 by Manu Chao. Do you have that?
Got it.
You already have it on there?
I don't have it on there yet.
All right. Now you do.
Searching it up.
Yeah. And then this is a good No Broke Boys remix by Hiko. Do you know No Broke Boys? You got to listen to that. It's a vibe.
The Drake song?
No, by Hiko.
Oh.
No Broke Boys remix.
Okay.
Check it out. Once you add it, it's going to be everyone's favorite song on your new playlist.
Hiko, got it. I'm about to
Hiko. It's got to be the No Broke Boys remix. I'll text it to you so you get the right one.
Yeah, the Hiko one. It's got like 2 girls on it.
It's it's a remix. So you got to make sure you get the remix. That's a good one.
Heck yeah.
And then if you never had it on there too, shout out to our Model Fly project. We did Pepas, P-E-P-A-S by Faruko. Pepas.
There it is. I got it.
That's a good one too. It's got the smiley face on it.
Nice. Got it. And then what was the Great Gatsby one?
Little Party Never Killed Nobody. You don't have to put that one on there. If it doesn't work with the Trout tunes, just shout out for my daughter. She was listening this morning, so she was bumping it.
Oh, dude, that Great Gatsby soundtrack is so underrated.
I haven't seen the movie. I only heard the soundtrack. Great book, though.
Oh yeah, but I'll give you mine. I actually put a Agave Co song in there too.
There, you got to put the Colby. Put them all in there.
So mine was Jack by Widespread Panic.
Yeah, there you go.
And then Enjoy the Ride on the new Colby Acuff album.
There you go. Love it.
Take Me Out by Franz Ferdinand.
Yeah, that's a good one.
That one always makes me think of NHL 14.
Oh, I love that. That's so fun.
Oh, yeah. And then The Joker by Steve Miller Band.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Dude,
I like that.
My music taste goes from literally the Grateful Dead to Jay-Z. Dude, it's I feel like this is something up north, growing up with my parents, where it's me and my dad used to ride around listening to Bon Jovi and all that stuff, and then he'd also have a rap song come on from
it's so funny. You never know what's gonna come up next.
Yeah, but Kiss 108 used to do that for a little bit too.
Kiss 108, yeah.
And then it got down to being weird. And it's all way too poppy stuff, and I'm like, man, Kiss 108, bring back the old Kiss 108 where it was classic rock and stuff. But do you have any last thanks and plugs you want to give?
No, I just want to say thank you for having me on. It's really cool to hear and connect on the fishing side of this world, right? My Fish Boston side and fishing in England, getting people out to fish, and really just wanted to talk up our Agave Co work, and it's kind of cool. And you never know what you're going to hear or put it out there as inspire. You never know what path you're going to take, but if you love something, work your ass off to make it come true. And so glad to be working in the work I am with Matt and Hannah, and having the opportunity to do this good work and work with people we care about. So it's something that means a lot to me, but to be able to kind of have this open door and see who's going to come in and what brands we're going to work with is pretty cool. So thank you so much for the opportunity to highlight the work we're doing.
Dude, thank you so much for coming on, dude. I was so excited for this episode because I was like, dude, this guy's from. I told my mom earlier, I was like, this is gonna be a good episode because I was like, you
gotta listen to him, Mom. We got a Boston boy on.
Yeah, I was like, we could probably relate on a bunch of stuff, talking about the Bruins or Red Sox. And it was good to have a podcast like that. Now, these are the ones that I just love to do. But dude, so huge thanks for coming on, man.
No, thank you for having me. You got to come up here and fish, and we'll have some fun with it.
Heck yeah, man.
Awesome, dude. Appreciate you.
That was an interview with Joe Gugino on from Fish Boston and the Agave Co. That episode went exactly how I thought it was. Just an awesome time. I mean, you get two dudes from Boston on the same podcast. I mean, it's one of those things that there's going to be so many small world kind of references that go on, and I could have chopped it up for 5 hours about various things, fishing in Boston, sports, Red Sox, Patriots, even though he's a Bills fan. Just a really cool conversation. He mentioned that he used to run striper trips out of kayaks in Marblehead. Bunch of my cousins are from there. He mentioned the Corinthian Yacht Club and the Boston Yacht Club. My uncle, Charlie, is a member at the Boston. My cousin Paul, my Aunt Julie, all of them are members at the Corinthian. I mean, just kind of small world stuff, talking about Manchester by the Sea and Browns Island, just places I've been a million times. Talked about taking Dave Andrews fishing and Jeremy Swayman. Just awesome stuff. So big thanks to Joe for coming on. That was an unbelievable episode. So I'm going to edit this up and it's going to be out tonight. So if you're from Massachusetts, he also hinted on a lot of really good stuff about the state of the striped bass fishery in New England. And if you are a fisherman, from a striper fisherman especially, from Maine even down here to South and North Carolina, like listen to what he has to say about that striper, especially in Massachusetts, Rhode Island, Connecticut, Maine, parts of New Hampshire. Um, like, take care of that fishery. Take care of it. That is probably one of the best striped bass fisheries in the country, and it is slowly going to shit. Um, so just do your due diligence when you're out there fishing. Practice catch and release. I mean, I don't want to see a striped bass fishery that I love so much and that a lot of people up there love so much slowly go to shit. So just listen. If you have questions about any of that stuff and you find that stuff interesting, Joe's probably the better guy than me to go to on those questions. So, dude, just awesome episode. Really, really cool. Big thanks again. But until Friday, I will see you guys later.